Hi, it's Jerry again with Clarity, the Fellowship of Common Sense. And this week's lesson is going to be creationism versus atheism. And here at Clarity, one of our main goals is a search for truth, wherever that may lie, and whatever roads we may have to go down to investigate that. I believe that we should start off by at least saying with myself, I believe that everybody has the right to believe whatever it is they want to believe in, as long as you don't promote hate or discrimination or negativity to other people. And I'll stand by that. Now, as far as my own beliefs, as far as atheism versus creationism, I believe that in a higher being, a supreme intelligence that run things behind the scene. I think it would be a fallacy to try to promote that there's an old man sitting around in a chair dictating everything that goes on, micromanaging everything. I think that's a childish perception of as far as how things really are. Some of the examples I use are a little honeybee. And the honeybees, when they work together, and they create the honeycomb, the way that it holds the honey in it is mathematically perfect. The way they all go down at an angle and they hold the honey in them, and it's mathematically perfect. Well, a bee's brain is just so small, it's almost microscopic. So how did they know to do that? That just comes with nature. It just exists like that. I think it's naive to believe that such an intricate thing just came into being by itself. There's a higher purpose and a higher intelligence behind that. Or even with our own eyeballs, they use that now. It's called biometrics with the eyes, where you can go up to a door at some labs and you can put your eye up against a scanner and it can read all the different things inside of your eye, and you can gain access through that. Well, that's very complex. And to think something like that just came into being, well, no, man created it. Well, who created man? The man's brain is one of the most complex constructs there are in existence. And how could you possibly think that something like that could just come into being by itself? Now, some people want to argue evolution, that things evolve over time and they get better, they change or whatever. I don't know. I can't say that that's not true, that things didn't start off one way and they become better. It's obvious. If you look, you see babies are born and they grow and they change and they grow into young adults and into adults. And then it's funny because later on we devolve and we lose our hair again and we end up wearing diapers like we did at the beginning. But you can see the whole process like that. And I'm a big one on facts. I'm a realist, and I believe in, if you can prove something or you can show me, I'm willing to follow what you're trying to tell me, and listen to it. Now, atheism would take the stance that there is no God, there's no supreme intelligence or being. Again, I would think that would be a little bit naive because, then you have to come up with a scientific explanation of how this exists or how that exists. And there are just too many different variables that are in existence to just dismiss them casually and say, well, that just came into being on its own. Everything has to have a beginning and start from something. We're all energy. Scientists have proven that energy doesn't disappear. It just changes form. You can't destroy energy, and what causes this to change form to become a material living being, or to become a person, or to become a lobster, or to become whatever it is, a tree. There has to be some kind of force behind that that's directing that energy to take that form. That's honestly the way I believe it. Again, you're welcome to believe however you want to believe. And I believe it's our job to try to be positive and to do good and to help those around us. towards the end goal, you know? It's a search for knowledge and for truth. And you can't fault that. And anyone that tries to stop you from learning, or any religion that, you know, tries to stop you from learning the truth, that's wrong. It's negative. And I consider it to be evil and ignorant if somebody doesn't want you to learn, you know? So more power to you as far as our search for truth goes, you know? And our truths might not be the same. That doesn't make yours any less than mine or mine any better than yours, you know? We're all on our own journey, you know? I appreciate you taking the time to be with us today, and I hope to see you again next week. And do us a favor and help us to expand. Invite someone to our page, and that they can be a part of Clarity also. You have a good day. All right, bye.